Cranberry white chocolate is a showstopper. We have a homemade graham cracker crust, a homemade cranberry compote, topped with a white chocolate ganache. It's not very many ingredients. All of the pie is pretty simple, pretty straightforward if being honest. But look at that. I mean, does anything say holidays more than cranberry? Let's get baking. So starting with our crust, I'm just gonna put 11 graham crackers into a food processor, and I also have 4 tablespoons of butter melting, and you just wanna process this up into a fine crumb. And once you have these processed into a fine crumb, just pour them into a separate bowl. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then the 4 tablespoons of melted butter, and just combine this. Now you can completely buy a pre-made crust. There's nothing wrong with it. Personally, the reason that I like to make them isn't even so much for the taste as it is for the aesthetic. Crust you buy at the grocery store, it's gonna be pressed in around the edge. It's not gonna have a pretty rim. But when you make it yourself, you have control and you're able to make it look however you want. Once it's all thoroughly combined, just pop it into your pan. What we want to happen is I want to have like extra around the edge that kind of comes up. I just love the way that looks, and also makes it very obvious that you did make the crust and you didn't buy it. No shame in buying crust. Truth, and what you're gonna see if you watch the whole series, I don't like making regular pie crust, and I buy them because I don't have a big enough difference. It doesn't matter to me that much. I know other people swear by making their own crust, and more power to you. Please continue to do that. I like to make these crust and not the other ones. So to each their own. But when you do it yourself, you can see how I'm able to have this kind of ledge, and I just go over my bowl and press it in. And it also makes your pie pan a little bit deeper than if you were to just do it like the flat when you get it at the grocery store. These are 9-inch pie pans that I'll be using throughout the series. And then you just want to pop it into your oven for like 5 to 10 minutes. You just want it to be very lightly browned because this pie is not going to bake at all. For the cranberry compote, you just want to add 12 ounces of cranberries to a pot with 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, half a cup of water, and half a cup of sugar. And you just stir and cook on a medium heat until it thickens. Your cranberry compote will thicken up. It needs to be sliceable once it's cooled, so it needs to be pretty thick now. Most of your cranberries will pop, or you will pop them. And then you just want to pop it into your baked graham cracker crust. And we're gonna let this cool before we add our white chocolate ganache. Just spread it out into a single layer. So I like to make the topping for the cranberry pie in the microwave. So in a microwave safe bowl, just add 1 bag or 12 ounces of white chocolate chips with a half a cup of heavy cream and 4 tablespoons of butter. And we're going to microwave this in 30-second or less intervals until it's nice and melted. After each 30 seconds, stir it. Even if you're like, but it's exactly the same, nothing's happened. I don't care, stir it. No, seriously, you'll burn your chocolate super easily, super quickly. It is probably the thing that the employees trusted me the least on and messed up on the most. But I tell you, it only took them stinking up the entire bakery once for them to go, maybe I should stir it. So anyway, just every 30 seconds. So this is after 2 times at 30 seconds each. And you can tell like it's already starting to melt. Once it starts to melt like this, you want to make sure that you're stirring it really well after each time. We don't want it to be hot. We just want to melt all of the chocolate, and it will do that a lot quicker than you think it will. So once it starts to really melt, I then knock it down to like 15 to 20 seconds at a time, because we do not want to overheat this. So I did it an additional 20 seconds, and it is just about all the way melted. I had just a couple of small pieces I'm gonna let it sit for a few minutes and then stir it again, but I don't think it needs heated anymore. So a total of 1:20. Do not put it in there and go, she said 1:20. Don't do that. Break it up in intervals, pretty please. All right, so I let this sit for just a few minutes, and now it is fully melted, and we're just gonna pour this right on top of our cranberry compote. This is also something, if you have extra of this and your cranberry compote, or you just make extra because you know how good it is, over a slice of plain cheesecake, oh my gosh, let me tell you, it is so good. So I want this to be as full as it can be without going over. I think this is it, so I do have just a little bit left. It won't go to waste though. And this does need to set up a little bit before we can decorate it. Our decorations will just sink right through. So I'm gonna pop mine in the fridge. You can also just leave it on your countertop to harden and then decorate it the next day. All right, my white chocolate pie is now ready to decorate. It is set up just enough. So I like to place some rosemary. You know what, I think I actually, no, we're gonna do this. Like this, and then sprinkle just some regular cranberries that have not been sugared. Do however many of those you like, and then finish it off with some sugared cranberries. You can do as many or as few as you like. This is such a gorgeous pie. People just ooh and awe over it. And then I also like to do a few white chocolate chips. And this is what the finished pie looks like. Isn't that beautiful? It's great for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Take a look at the inside. Look at all that cranberry compote. Oh, so delicious.